my name is Maria Combrink. I am an athlete with a physical disability, as well as a sports administrator for Gauteng Sports Association for people with physical disabilities, specifically within the para-powerlifting space.
Maria, you look very fit and very healthy. Do you exercise, and how often do you do that?
I do indeed exercise. I do gym weights about 5 times a week, and then I do cardio about 3 times a week, and then you can find me on the field about 5 times a week.
Oh, wow. Do you still compete?
Well, unfortunately, I had a bit of an accident, so I have an injury, which is a very it's actually a silly little injury, but it's actually so rare that people injure this joint that it's very difficult to treat. So I tore the ligament of my sternoclavicular joint, and this is actually little known fact. This is the only space where your entire arm is attached to your body.
Oh.
Yes. So I'm busy nurturing that. Hopefully I will be back in competition form in time for my trials towards the end of this year.
And what sport are you involved in?
Shot put.
Hey, and you depend on your arm to do
Yes.
that.
And I'm right-handed and it's the right side, so as the devil would have it.
And you won't be able to use this one?
I've tried, but it's...
You know why I'm asking?
I've tried, I didn't do it in front of a film.
Oh. But you should believe in yourself and go for it anyway. So I want you to speak to the disability in the fraternity of sports. The challenges that you are normally faced with, what are people not aware of? So it will be like you are educating us. So what are the challenges that you are faced with, and what do you want to change in that environment?
So when you look at disability in sports, there are actually so many things that I would like to change. First of all, I would like to educate people that a disability is not a blanket thing. There are so many different types of disabilities that, and each disability brings with it its own challenges. So first of all, when you look at a person with a disability, you can't assume that you know what their challenges are, because it's completely different to other disabilities. And then accessibility. So yes, it's great if you can get onto the field, but can you use the rest of the facilities at that field? And do you have the same bandwidth and practice time on a field as the able bodies? And then also in terms of competitions, there are a lot more able bodies, for instance with athletics, there's a lot more able-bodied competitions strewn throughout the year than there is for people with disabilities. Why can we not say to the able-bodied fraternity, can we not integrate some of this competitions and see how we can bring people together, and also then teach the able-bodied athletes about disabilities, because a lot of people think that disability is something that's over there and it can never happen to them, but when you think about it, only 1/3 of people with disabilities were born with that disability. So there's a very good chance that you or your family member or somebody that you know or love might end up with a disability, and then all of a sudden everybody's interested. But why not create that awareness and education before the time?
I love it. There's a saying that says sitting is the new smoking. So people are no longer exercising, they are not. So I want you to speak to someone that is disabled at home. They're thinking that, no, I can't do anything, I would just sit.
Yes.
So I just want you to motivate them, or just speak to that person.
So I do a lot of outreach work with new amputees where we do peer counseling. So what happens is, so I'm a right below the knee amputee, I'm rather active, I'm female, so what happens if there's a new amputee that more or less fits within that same parameters, I will go and visit them in the hospital and just kind of let them know what to expect and so forth. And what I would always say to them is, if you were at home and you sat and you knit before you lost your limb, all I want you to do is still sit and knit, but do some extra steps. So that it is imperative that when you have a physical disability, that you focus on an extra bit of activity, because you are sedentary, your life has changed, your circulation system might not work as it should be working. So just doing half an hour of something will make it easier for you. Even if that half an hour of something makes transferring easier for you, just do it. And I don't mean to say that if you have a physical disability, you must now become a para-athlete. No. All I'm saying is that do what you can with what you have at that moment. So if that means you can just do some floors, chair, transfers, or it means that you can just do some skipping if you're able to skip, or just walking around the block. Just do that and just become active, because not only will it be good for your health, it will also boost your self-esteem.